Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. Aujourd'hui, on va parler au sujet de chapitre 5, vocabulaire 1. So today we're going to talk about chapter 5, vocab 1. And this set of vocab is all about like weather and seasons and things like that. So, on va commencer. La première question, quel mot de vocabulaire va avec les images suivantes? So, what vocab word goes with the following images? Say quelle saison just means it's what season, or this is what season. So it's important to remember that saison means season. L'automne, looking at that word, we can kind of guess that l'automne means autumn, and when it's autumn, it's fall. Also, if you're looking in Google Classroom, if you see this PowerPoint, you can click on those little speaker icons and you can hear me say the words if you don't want to watch the video again. L'été is summer, so it's important to know that those accents make a difference when we are typing them. So été is in summer. Et puis l'hiver is winter. Le printemps is the springtime. So le printemps, the springtime. Et c'est quelle activité? So we should remember that c'est quelle means this is which or what. And activité looks like activity. So c'est quelle activité we can figure out means this is what activity. En premier, first off, we have faire du jogging. So c'est facile. Do jogging looks kind of just like what it is in English, jogging. And that verb, that first word, faire, means to do. So faire du jogging, to do jogging. Faire de l'aérobic, so we know that faire means to do. And then aerobic kind of looks like aerobics, so it means the same thing. Faire de l'aérobic, to do aerobics. Faire du patin à glace. So we know that glace means, like la glace means ice cream. So glace means ice. So faire du patin à glace is to do ice skating. A faire du skate, faire we remember means to do. Skate looks just like what it is in English, skate or skateboard. Et so ça, faire du skate, do skateboarding. Et ça, c'est un skateboard. C'est facile, that's easy. Aussi, nous avons faire du ski. C'est très facile. This one's super easy. Faire du ski, to do skiing. Et ça, c'est les skis. And these are the skis. Faire du vélo. You might have seen vélo earlier, like in French 1. But faire du vélo is to do biking. Et aussi, un casque is a helmet. On ne peut pas oublier ça. We can't forget that. C'est très important. It's very important. Et jouer à des jeux vidéo. So video looks just like what it is in English, video. And jeu means games. So jeux vidéo are video games. Jouer, we should remember from French 1, means to play. So jouer à des jeux vidéo means to play video games. Jouer au basketball, we remember jouer is to play, and basketball looks just like what it is in English, basketball. Et c'est tout. That's it for that one. It's pretty easy. Jouer au hockey, c'est facile encore. That's easy again. Jouer au hockey, to play hockey. Et jouer du piano. So jouer du piano. Piano looks just like what it is in English. And jouer is the verb to play. Jouer du piano, to play piano. Jouer de la guitare. La guitare looks just like what it is in English. So a lot of these words are cognates. And remember, cognates mean they look just like what they are in English. So jouer de la guitare is to play the guitar. Jouer au volley. So volley looks kind of like volley in English. So jouer au volley, we can kind of guess, means to play volleyball. Jouer de la batterie, c'est un peu difficile. This one's a little bit harder just because it doesn't look like anything that we have in English. But jouer de la batterie is to play the drums. So you might have to think of a cool word to help you remember that one. Aussi, jouer au tennis, c'est facile. This one's easy. Jouer au tennis, to play tennis. Et on peut jouer au tennis avec une raquette. Une raquette, a racket. Faire du théâtre, this one's really easy because théâtre looks like just what it is in English. But you can't forget those accents when you're writing or typing them. They make a difference. So make sure you remember where those accents go. Et faire de l'athlétisme. Don't get this one confused. So athlétisme is track and field. So I couldn't really find a good picture, but you kind of get the idea. So faire de l'athlétisme is to do track or field where there's running, like hurdles and things like that. Don't get this confused with like the word for track, like a track that you would run on or a track that a train follows, but track and field like the sport. Aussi, on caméscope, this one's going to be hard. I'm going to put the picture up here because these don't really exist much anymore. But on caméscope is a camcorder. So if you don't know what a camcorder looks like, this is what it looks like. You had this little screen that you could see what you were recording, and you actually had to have like a little card that you put in them, and that's where the film went onto. They're not all stored on the device, just like they are nowadays. Et les expressions, so some expressions. So en premier, we have est-ce que tu fais du sport? And we can respond with oui, je fais du sport. So we remember that faire means to do. So est-ce que tu fais du sport? We're asking, do you do a sport? And then responding, oui, je fais du sport. Yes, I do a sport. Or non, je ne fais pas du sport. No, I don't do a sport. Qu'est-ce que tu fais comme sport? So qu'est-ce que we know means what. And tu fais, we should kind of put two and two together, which means you do. Comme, if you don't remember, means as or like. And sport, that's facile, that's easy, sport. So I'm asking, qu'est-ce que tu fais comme sport? What do you do as a sport? Aussi, qu'est-ce que tu fais pour t'amuser? So amuser kind of looks like what it does in English. Amuser for amusement. Qu'est-ce que tu fais pour t'amuser? We know qu'est-ce que means what. Tu fais means you do. Pour, we remember from French 1, which means for or as. And then amuser, amusement. So qu'est-ce que tu fais pour t'amuser? What do you do for fun? Or what do you do for amusement? Qu'est-ce que tu fais samedi? So we're taking that qu'est-ce que tu fais again, which means what do you do? And then samedi, we should remember from French 1 when we did days of the week, which means Saturday. And you can switch out samedi. You could say qu'est-ce que tu fais lundi? Qu'est-ce que tu fais dimanche? What are you doing on Monday? What are you doing on Sunday? Etc., etc. Aussi, je ne fais rien. So je ne fais rien. I'm not doing anything. Je ne fais rien. I'm not doing anything. And we should know that by now we can put together that rien means anything or nothing. En quelle saison? So we talked about saison at the beginning of this video. Saison means season. So en quelle saison tu fais? In what season do you? And then you can fill that in with whatever. You could say en quelle saison tu fais de l'hockey? You do hockey. Or en quelle saison tu joues au basket? Do you play basketball? Etc., etc. Tu fais de l'hockey pendant quel mois? So now we're taking that kind of spin off of what the word we just went over. So tu fais de l'hockey pendant quel mois? And we're saying you do hockey. Pendant means during. And then quel mois? So we're saying you do hockey during which months? So les saisons et les mois, seasons and months. Months should be a little bit review, but seasons, not so much. So let's get started with those. So we have en hiver, and these are a little bit different. Obviously, people group different seasons with different months. So just kind of use your best judgment, but just to kind of give you an idea, we have en hiver, janvier, février, et mars. So we already talked about those seasons, but from the beginning of the video, but pay close attention to what comes in front of that season. So we have en hiver, and then next one, just look and see what comes before that. This is what's important. So we have janvier, février, et mars, January, February, and March. Then we have au printemps, which means in the springtime. So I want you to notice here we switched from en to au. And so en to au, remember that printemps is the only one that's going to have au. And so avril, mai, et juin. So avril means April, May, and then juin. That's pretty easy to figure out. Next, we have en été. So notice how printemps is the only one that has O. So en été, juillet, août, and septembre. So July, August, and September. Et aussi en automne. So in the fall, octobre, novembre, et décembre. So like I said, some of those seasons might not get grouped into the fall. They might be a little bit skewed. So probably for autumn or for fall, we should have put in août, septembre, or septembre, octobre, novembre, September, October, November, instead of including December. Et c'est tout. That's it for all of this vocab. So I just wanted to go through it with you, make sure that you guys have somebody saying it in front of you. But if you don't want to watch my video again, you can always click on these little speakerphone things button right here, and it will play it for you. Si vous avez des questions, if you have questions, envoyez-moi un email. C'est tout et à plus.